Alright, so we are back for yet another episode of Necrobarista. And this is supposedly part 3, so yeah, we shall continue where we left off. He's fast asleep. Also, wait, how much time has he left? Has he got left? Not much, right? Day 2, 12 p.m. The terminal. Oh, he's waking up. Rise and shine. Don't wanna. You shouldn't waste your last hours on air sleeping. That actually, unironically, would be kinda good. For someone with a sleep deficiency, that sounds nice to me. Man, I was hoping I was having a really long, weird dream. Ta! It's alright. No such luck. I'm still having trouble getting my head around it. I totally understand. Want a coffee? We're going upstairs? Yeah, just something simple. Hipster coffee, coming right up. What's going on downstairs? I didn't even know you had a downstairs. There's much more to this place than meets the eye. Maddy's down there, desperately trying to fix her debt situation. It sounds like she's hosting a cage match or something. Well, not exactly, but she's mentioned wanting to do that. There's some wrestler called the Red Comet that she wouldn't stop talking about for a while. And then because of that, Ashley got obsessed with wrestling for a bit and kept trying to suplex me. Well, I don't think that would work. I mean, she's just a little girl. How is she gonna suplex you, man? Unless she can jump like a bunny, like, woo, straight for your head. That would more or less break your neck, wouldn't it? Oh, well. Did she manage to? She's tiny. Oh, wait, no way. A couple of times. No way. Ha! It was very humiliating. I can imagine. But to properly answer your question, Maddy's running a gambling ring. Downstairs? Is that how they make their money? Now that makes sense. All by herself? That's a fairly unconventional one. And by unconventional, you mean... mortals generally aren't involved. The stakes are higher than usual. Oh. Wait, how does that even work? Dead people having... I'm still finding it difficult to wrap my head around the fact of how money works with dead people, but okay. Coffee's ready! Come over and get it! They gamble for time, among other things. You don't sound like you're a huge fan of the idea. I'm not. Oh. Oh, now I get it. Those who lose their time, they will, well, have to go early. Oh. That would be way too much of a risk. I would not want to do that. Nope. I'm not. It's undignified. I mean, as long as Maddy's not in danger, shouldn't it be fine? The council doesn't like it. They turn a blind eye because we don't cause trouble otherwise. But I'd rather not have to worry about bad things coming our way. Because Maddy refuses to approach the problem from a different angle. And by the problem, you mean the debt, yeah? I was pretty drunk, but I think I remember Maddy storming off after Ned turned up. Yep. I'm a bit worried about her. Wish I could help. You all seem pretty nice. The thought's appreciated. Maddy will figure it out eventually, though. I'm sure. She just needs time. Hey, thanks for the coffee, by the way. I just realized you haven't actually made me pay for a bunch of them. Heh! How'd you expect to pay for them? Oh, right. Yep, no cash. If it were feeling particularly capricious, I'd ask you to pay in time, but you're a nice kid and you need every minute you've got. Wait, what was up with that camera angle? You wanna head downstairs? I can see your eyes darting to the stairs. Oh, that was that. I'm not going down, but I'm also not gonna stop you. Yeah, that's okay. Go on then. I'll stick around up here. Catch you in a bit. He's not gonna play, is he? Is he? No. He should be smart enough to not gamble his precious, I don't know, few hours away. The stairs that led down to the basement were solid and well worn, with smooth ruts on each step and a handrail that had been polished to a silky sheen through years of use. Kishan had always liked stairwells. People never lingered in them for long, and he found them to be a good place to catch a breather. He wasn't obsessed with them. That'd be weird, but he definitely appreciated a nice set of stairs. On further reflection, it was probably a little weird. Yeah. I mean, if you've got that much appreciation for stairs, you've got to be one who builds them. Otherwise, pretty weird. Downstairs, Maddy's audience clamored for blood. From you to me, with the understanding that your remaining moments on this plane are limited, you surrender this time freely without coercion as agreed. Contract fulfilled. You're free to go. Is there someone watching here? Around the corner? Phew. Oh, wait, no, it's the shadow of the knife. Oh my god, I thought someone was standing there. I thought it was going to be Ned or something. There's 3 in a row, you bloodthirsty bastards. The crowd cheered. Maddy was clearly an expert at winding them up into a frenzy, meaning she's done it a lot. Who's next? The room fell dead silent. Come on, isn't anyone here brave enough to challenge me? I thought you came here to play with knives, you pansies. Seriously, anyone? Don't hold out on me. Do we need to pick someone out from the crowd then? Is that what we've come to? Maddy's gaze swept the audience. Kishan! Oh, wait, what? Good to see you upright. Interested in a game of skill? Me? Yes, you! Oh, sure? Give me some enthusiasm, my man. Sure, what's the game? 5-finger fillet. Some of the people in here just call it a knife game. You heard of it? I think I know what you mean. It's involved 5 fingers and a knife, right? And stabbing in between the fingers. Is that it? Is that the game? I would never in my life want to play that. Oh, finally! Something I'm good at! Wait, what? Episode 3. Rise and Shine. What? Good? How come he has so much experience with this if he says he's so good? I think our dude has some secrets that he hasn't, told us yet. You've got a lot of knives in this place. Tell me about it. Okay, dude has got some serious knife skills. Hello? Who are you? Damn, this thing has a good weight to it. Of course. Wouldn't make you compete with an inferior tool. Huh. What? Sorry, I was waiting for you to say again to call him an inferior tool. Shit, that was low-hanging fruit, wasn't it? Next time, mate. Sure. Kishan did another experimental slash, and this time it made an audible whoosh. Spectators oohed and ahed, but this wasn't for them. He knew that he only had one shot to get accustomed to the blade. Okay, this is actually getting a little bit intense. You done showing off? Nothing wrong with putting on a little show. Sounds like you're stalling for time. Getting cold feet, perhaps? Not a chance. Let's get started then. You know what you're wagering? Jay mentioned something about you gambling with time. It's not gambling if it's a game of skill. But that's beside the point. We're both wagering 4 hours. If you win, it comes from the cafe's balance. If I win, it comes from yours. You've got around 16 hours left, in case you weren't keeping track. He still has 16 hours? Oh, I thought Mart time had already passed. Okay, well, alright. Shit, only that many? Want a little extra time to play with then? Hell yes! Let's stop wasting and get this over with. You sure you know what you're getting into? Most people are pretty shy about playing with the time they've left, especially when their tank's running as empty as yours. Yep, come on. Unless you're getting cold feet. Hardly. You've got 30 seconds. Smack the timer when you're ready. Should he do this? Should he really do this? I've got a bad feeling about this, but hey, I'll follow him. Please don't make me actually stab. Oh shit. Oh damn, he's actually really good. The crowd cheered and Kishan fed off their enthusiasm. In response, Maddy leaned back and tapped her finger on the table, feigning impatience. He met her eyes, grinned and continued his performance. His stabbing motion got faster as he went, the point narrowly missing each of his fingers. Stabs strong enough to drive the knife a millimeter or two into the table. Well, good if he wanted to put on a show. And of course, giving the spectators a show was part of the fun. You might be going fast enough to put on a show, but you're not going fast enough to win. How'd I do? 16 sets, if I counted correctly. Whoa. I couldn't do 16. That's how many Maddy beat me with. Is she gonna lose? Nah, she's gonna kick his arse. Feeling good about that result? Certainly am. Rightio then. Watch closely. Oh, I will. 16. I can't look. I can't fucking look. 1. 3. 7. The focus. 11. 1, 3, 7, 15. She's at 15. Wait, she gave up at 15? That wasn't 16. That wasn't 16. Told ya. She's unbeatable. Ah, crap. Okay, she did it. Oh well. Is it magic? She could cheat if she wanted to. Definitely not. She's just that good. Poor guy. He didn't know what he was getting into. Sorry, mate. You beat me fair and square. I'm pretty impressed. I aim to please. I'll be taking this hours now if you don't mind. Yeah, sure. How does this work? How does this actually work? Wait, why is she touching him? Just like this. You won't feel a thing. Kishan felt a brief tightness in his chest, and for just a moment the tip of Maddy's finger burned white hot. Ow! Shit! Sorry, I lied. It's done now, though. She feels no remorse over it, even. She coerced him into this. Came out as the freaking winner and... no remorse. 0 remorse. Alright! Does anyone else dare to compete with me? Come on, looking for some actual decent opposition here. I'll take any challenge, even if it's chess or something. Any challenge? I challenge you. Wait, what? Who was that? Oh, it's him. He came down? To get everyone a drink. Rounds on me. Ah. Now he's gonna give her an earful for taking away the dude's time, huh? I didn't realize you were watching. There wasn't anything happening upstairs and I got bored. Right. So, you took some hours from Kishan, huh? Yes, I did. Do you feel good about that? Che. Do you? I want him fair and square. He didn't know what he was getting into. There's an obvious power imbalance here that you're exploiting. He knew the rules. That doesn't change anything. You led him to believe that he'd get some extra time. And? Barring a miracle on his part. That absolutely wasn't going to happen. It doesn't matter. He's just passing through. A couple hours won't make any difference. Oh, that is not the right mindset there. Nope. Maddy! I'm disappointed in you. Our patrons respect us. We need to earn that respect by treating them with respect ourselves. This is not respectful or dignified. Cheating vulnerable passes through out of their time. We're above that. We're better than that. I don't care whether you think it's dishonest or not. I want you to give that poor man his time back. Wait, you can do that? Just like that? Don't pout, this is serious. I feel like a broken record saying this. But while I understand your intentions are good, you can't keep doing these things. It's all for you. If you really want to do this for me, find another way. This isn't worth it, Maddy. It breaks my heart to see you like this, and I know that you're trying your hardest. But this really, truly is not worth sacrificing your own self-respect over. Everyone here respects you, but you gambling with ours just cheapens that. I'll give the hours back. I mean, she is nice about it. Shame. I was pretty great with the knife. Still not as good as me. Yeah, I was pretty close. Wait, so he could actually beat her? Huh. Yeah, I'm not even gonna try that. I'm not brave enough. I want to keep my fingers as they are, man. Don't want to suddenly end up with a stumpy. Nope. Yes! The faces are on there. So, if you don't know what happened, well, you didn't watch the extra content. But if you want to know, I got to draw some faces on them. And, well, they're there. My creations. Lovelace. Lovelace. Yes. What form did you have before being reborn? I think I was a crab. Oh my god, these faces, they're really fun. I'm kind of actually really glad that I did it. I took my time to draw them, and I'm so happy with the result. Come on, I'm being serious. Ashley wouldn't harvest spirit liquid from a crab. You're assuming an awful lot about how squeamish she is. As far as I can remember, I lived above streets next to the sky. So a bird then, wings and feathers and such. No, not that. I do remember flying though. What, you were a plane or something? Oh, were you a sugar glider? Wait, a sugar glider? Sugar? Sugar? Okay. Describe. Did you eat insects and tree sap and flower nectar? That is familiar. Wonder how Ashley found you then. Could have been anything really. You mentioned bright lights earlier. Oof. Yeah, I'm thinking you got hit by a car. Ooh. That seems likely. Is that bad? I mean, you're here now, so... Whether you like it or not... Shut up. I am still adjusting. Still not really a clue why those little excerpts are there, like these little fillers with the robots, but I guess they're kind of fun, and I got to draw faces on them, so I'm happy with this. Really happy with the result, man. Look at you turning into a human being. Studio mode is now available. You can now speak to Kishan to access studio mode. Again? Wait, where are we? We're in the basement. So yeah, let's have another look at more memories. Kishan's footsteps echoed in a way that startled him. Were his footsteps always so loud? Perhaps it was just the contrast with the surrounding environment, which seemed to be completely silent, that made his footfalls seem so jarringly loud as he walked along the catwalk. He was on a catwalk. Why was he on a catwalk? There seemed to be a gaping space below him, filled with some sort of mist that he couldn't see through. It was fog-like, and yet despite the fog that had lapped at his feet, the air felt so dry. The air was thick here, As he breathed heavily, Kishan felt an overwhelmingly sweet, sickly odor, like the smell of wet or rotting wood, but all he could see around him were steel beams and a concrete path in front of him. Was it rust he was smelling? No. He knew the smell of rust. This was different. This smell was somehow organic, like the smell of a forest after a fresh rainfall. Kishan shivered. Far in the distance he could see what looked like a building of some sort, so far away that it made the structure he was inside feel almost tunnel-like, as if its only purpose was to convey him to that distant building. He continued walking forward, but as he walked, the building seemed to be growing more and more distant. He quickened his pace, and as he walked faster he could feel himself moving through the thick, stifling air. Yet as he looked down, he could see the texture of the catwalk in front of him, unchanged, as though he were walking in place. Kishan started to turn backward, but saw only a blinding light. His eyes immediately shut, and when he opened them he was again facing into the tunnel, with the distant building at the center of his field of view. He tried turning around, but every time he tried to turn his head, his eyes involuntarily shut at the sight of the light, and he was forced to close his eyes or look away, always confronted again with the sight of the small hut when he opened his eyes. His heart pounded violently inside of his chest. The tunnel was so quiet that he could hear his own heartbeat, feel his own pulse inside of his head. Something about this place felt deeply, incredibly wrong. Get back! I have to get back! He tried turning again, and this time found himself unable to even begin rotating his body before his eyes snapped shut, placing him again in a world of darkness until he opened them again and was confronted with the sight of the small hut in the distance, now looking more far away than ever. I have to get back! Kishan kept facing the building and took a step backward. As he placed his foot on the ground, he felt a gust of wind knock him forward. He let out a yelp of terror. Instinctively, his hands reached out for the opposite edges of the catwalk as he fell, trying to steady himself for fear of falling off. The catwalk was wide enough that his body didn't land close enough to the edge for that to have been a risk, and yet, as he looked towards the edge, he felt a growing sense of dread that there was something down there that would capture him if he allowed it to catch even the smallest hold of him. Almost as he thought it, he felt the sensation of something pressing against his legs. He stumbled to his feet. He ran forward. The hut ahead of him seemed to grow no closer as he ran, but he ran all the same, running not to reach a destination but to be away from whatever it was that was behind him. Moments ago, his only thought was an overwhelming desire to turn back, a worry that he was somehow trapped in here, but now that worry was replaced with an overwhelming sense of dread that propelled him forward. He had been pushed forward by something. Something was behind him. Kishan leaned forward and ran. He was no runner. He often found himself winded when forced to climb more than one flight of stairs. And yet he ran and ran and felt no sense of tiredness holding him back. No need to catch his breath. Maybe it was that trick of air here that somehow never allowed him to run out of breath. Maybe it was that fear of whatever it was behind him was that strong. Kishan felt the air sting at his eyes as he ran. By now he was running so fast that the thick air felt like a hot wind on his face. Tears began running down his face, but he couldn't find it in him to raise a hand to wipe at his eyes. That would mean slowing his sprint. So he closed his eyes, fully aware that he was running down a catwalk that had no handrail on either side. At this point he didn't care. He ran and ran. Long after the tears on his face had dried, Kishan realized that he could hear only the sound of his own feet as he struck the catwalk. He couldn't even hear the rush of wind, even as it seemed to buffet his face. There were no sounds of anyone or anything pursuing him. Perhaps there was no pursuer at all. He allowed himself to open his eyes and look down. He looked over his shoulder. This time, there was no blinding light, only a distant glow, like the light at the end of a long tunnel. In a way, it was the light at the end of a long tunnel, and in observing the dim glow of the distant light, Kishan suddenly realized just how far he had run. He turned around and saw the building right in front of him. It had windows that were covered with the same fog that covered the ground around him. Kishan reached for the door handle. He half expected it to be locked and felt a moment of panic as the handle bowed under the pressure of his hand. Was he ready to face whatever was on the other side of that door? Did he even want to enter? Did he have a choice? What was it that awaited him inside of this building? Answers or more baffling questions? Kishan looked down the tunnel and suddenly felt cold. Whatever this place was, he needed to escape it. And the only form of egress that seemed available to him was the door of this building. He leaned on the handle and felt the door swing open. Ooh, and that's where it ends. Ooh, on a cliffhanger. It ended on a freaking cliff. Wait, the door opened. It was closed. Fight Club. First rule of Fight Club, you know. The second rule being you having to watch the next episode. So if you want the extra content where we explore this little area and check out the little side memories, go check out the unlisted video right here. Otherwise, I'll see you in part 4. Ciao!